Alright, cool, awesome. So you make sure. Sweet swag. Okay, cool. So, hey guys, Topball24 back with another video. I just thought it'd be easier in the live stream method just to talk about mid-tier leveling overall and how to go from 0 to hero pretty much as a new member. So, pretty much what I'm going to be covering today is just how I went up and now ended up in Prifendas, being able to thieve a 5.2 mil drop in one go. So, to start off, the hardest part is when you become a member, you really want to have a little bit of money if you can. If you don't really have any money, then you need to start working on skills that don't require that much money behind it. Like, for instance, when you want to go pickpocket, you know, elves, obviously you're going to need all the gear because you have to need to do all the quests. So that's very unrealistic. If you want to go fight the Nightmare, once again, also unrealistic because you have to complete the majority of the quests, like Sins of the Father. So that's where I kind of realized that I need to be able to finish all the quests. So that was my biggest thing in the start of my membership, was I just started chugging through all the quests as quickly as I could, obviously trying to level up here and there. So just for y'all's essay, the bare minimum requirements for the quests are 50 attack, 50 health, 72 mining, it can be boosted, 50 strength, 65 defense, 60 range, 50 prayer, 75 magic, 55 rune crafting, which you can definitely get people to help you out on that with running stuff for you, which is not bannable as long as, you know, I don't think if you're paying them or something like that. 70 construction, that's going to be your biggest chug through. It's going to be the hardest one. It's going to take you the longest, mostly because it's just build, destroy, repeat over and over again. You need 85 combat level. That comes with your heart, hit points, defense, and all those other things, so you don't have to really do much about that. Obviously, you need your quest points. You need 70 hunter. That's going to be Chinchampas, or you're going to actually do lizards. Lizards are a really good leveling system. Slayer goes hand in hand with your melee stats. That should be really nice. You need level 69 for that. 60 fletching, which would be super easy. The best way to do that is on your phone. You can just click back and forth while making darts or something like that. If you don't have any money, you can actually make bows for profit and then high elf them. Magic short bows, I believe, makes the best amount of money right now. Then you have crafting, which you can make gold, pretty much anything, all the way up to adding diamonds to make amulets and whatnot and necklaces. 60 thieving, which is my favorite skill overall because it can make you the most amount of money. Obviously, you're gonna do, let's see, start off with a lower level with just regular, you know, Joe Blow men and women to pickpocket from, and then you can move your way over to Master Farmer, and then you can make up to 100, you can make up to $1 mil an hour, which is really, really good in my opinion. That's when you want to get your rogue equipment. That's located in, I'll show you where, Berthorpe. I need to go to the description first. There we go. Yeah. Berthorpe. There we go. I was loading in Berthorpe, so you teleport there with your games necklace and you run down to Rogue's Den. And that's where you can get your rogue equipment. There's tons of videos out there how to do Rogue's Den. It takes you a little bit, but that's the biggest part of this game, is actually just getting all of the equipments like Void, Elite Armor, and all that. It's going to take you a while with Void, Elite Armor. Just for the bare minimum, to tell you the truth, for helmet, robes, gloves, and everything else, it's going to take you about 5 hours and 40 minutes for veterans. While everything else is going to take 7 hours plus. I would not suggest doing Void Armor until you're a higher level because you'd make a lot more. It takes a lot less time once you're a higher level, and I would highly suggest moving on to that. Moving from there, you need 70 herb lore. That's going to be a lot of money out of your pocket. Actually, hopefully by then though, you actually will have money to spare and able to overall pay for the herb lore and not lose too much money. 70 agility, that's going to be just a grind in itself. Pretty much you have the Canifis agility courses, which is really utilized a lot. Then you have 70 smithing, which you can use the blast furnace for. That's a great money-making method as well. That's just another big grind though. Then you have 62 fishing, which can be boosted. 62 fishing, you can just fish in, I will show you once again where to fish. You're going to want to go to, you want to teleport to Barbarian Assault, then run south, and then you can do the sturgeon, salmon, and trout. Pretty much that's going to be barbarian fishing. You're going to have to learn that at Otto's Grotto right here. It's really easy. Then once you're done learning that, you'll be able to barbarian fish and use a heavy rod. And that is another great way of getting free agility and strength if you choose to do so like that. Then moving on to fire making. Fire making, one of the best ways to do that is through Winter Tote. Winter Tote is a really fun mini game that you play with a ton of other people. You can make money off of it. It's really easy. And if anything, that's almost the best money-making method for mid-tier to low-level new members is Winter Tote, because it doesn't really require that many items for you to bring in yourself other than a little bit of food. So if you want to just level up for free pretty much and get to level 99, actually it is highly encouraged when you're a lower level because you don't get hit as much from the Winter Toad monster. Moving on to woodcutting, level 71. A great leveling for that is to start off with oaks. It's actually not a bad money-making method when you're a really low noob. If anything though, I would highly suggest do woodcutting in Drainer Village as a noob, as a non-member, to make a little bit of money and work your way up, and then get to, you can also level up in Winter Tote as well, or just work from oaks to maples, teaks, mahoganies. You know, teaks are actually, I think, the fastest way to level up overall, and there's a Castle Wars area, so on and so forth. Finally, you also need level 70 farming. Farming, you're going to have to do that with trees, and fruit trees are really the fastest method to do that, and by doing the other quests, you're going to open up a lot more areas to be able to do different tree plots, allotments as well, and different fruit tree lots. So in order to level up everything, you're going to really have to just do more quests so that you can slowly get to the finish line of the game, and then therefore it'll overall open up more areas and you'll really learn how to do old school RuneScape better once you finish all the quests. So pretty much, I'm hoping maybe this video will give you some ideas, as well as maybe some questions that you have. You know, if you have, please leave some comments on here if you have any other questions. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, for a mid-tier to low-level new member, Winter Tote is a great way of leveling fire making, as well as a good way to make money. Because realistically, even though I love thieving so much, you really have to do Sins of the Father, Song of the Elves to really get your higher level drops that will actually, you know, be the bond making method that you really need. So I'm just going to keep doing this for a pretty while because I'm trying to get level 99 pickpocket or thieving. So, you know, if anybody has any questions, just holler. But other than that, I mean, that's a lot of my ideas. If anything, for Winter Tote, you need level 50 fire making is required. You need to complete Druidic Ritual in order to make the Bruma herbs, which you technically don't even need to make. And the rewards from this, you get a crap ton of herbs, seeds, fish, food, Pyromancer outfit, which is another, just a great way, just another cool looking outfit for you. And you only have to do 500 points, which is not that many, and overall you get a good amount of money over time. So would highly suggest, if you really are just a low level member, that, I mean, you can do a solo method as well, which is another great way to do it. You even get agility training in the back if you just want to jump on the rocks pretty much. You can just go in there eating cakes. You really don't need that higher level of hit points whatsoever, or any other high level levels in general. I mean, other than the highest level that you need for Winter Toad is level 50 fire making. There are 2 worlds for Winter Toad as well. I believe they are. Let's see. Actually, I'll look up on here. Winter Toad worlds are. Of course, it's not very tough. 307, 309, 311, and 389. As you can see, they're pretty stacked. There's a crap ton of people who go there. And once again, it's a great way to level up. And doesn't really require that many. Doesn't require that many requirements. It's a great way so that you don't have to actually do as much work, and then over time you'll get actually quite a bit of money from there. I'm trying to actually see how much people make per hour, and I'm not seeing that anywhere, to tell you the truth. I may actually have to make a separate video on how much you can make per hour for Winter Toad. It is completely random though because of the chests. Money per hour. Let's see. It says it's about 250k GP per hour if you're 99 in all relevant stats. So it's not terrible if you're just looking to make some money and level up fire making. Because realistically, with burning logs, all you do is lose money realistically. So, and one thing I have figured out too is if you get your level high enough, you can actually make some money off of, let's see, off of burning pyres, I believe, which is approximately 1 mil an hour, unless that's changed recently. So I'm going to jump to seeing how much. Turn the sucker around. But as you can see, this is why I like thieving so much. It's such an easy money making method. I'm not really having to do anything whatsoever. I can scroll through other things to see what I'm going to switch to next. Currently, for fire making, if I can get to it, let's see. Cremating urium remains is 1.5 mil an hour, which is level 95 fire making. You need Britannia legs level 3 recommended for teleport to Bergder Rot. Gold coffin or silver coffin recommended to store more remains. You need Shades of Morton. Hard Mortania diary recommended for 50% more prayer experience, which I don't even care because I have level 99 prayer. Oh, there we go. Dodgy necklace. So realistically, moving on from thieving, I mean, fire making is pretty good too. You get 240,000 experience per hour, and pretty much the items that you're going to be able to get is the amulet of the damned, rune, plate legs, plate body, long swords. You get rune chain body, dragon long sword, just a ton of random items that you can high elk. Some U logs, just random. So this is pretty much a profit rate. If you assume 320 shades cremated per hour, your actual profit may be higher or lower, obviously. So pretty much, if you're able to get once you get your level 99 thieving, move over to fire making, and then you can make a solid amount of money. The great thing about fire making, cremating urium remains, is that the majority of the items that you get are all high alchable, so the market doesn't really matter. So it's a great way to get away from having to sell your items, especially if there's going to be a GE tax in the future. Cool. So So pretty much that's my idea of, you know, leveling up slowly but surely, as well as finally, actually, once you finish all your quests and you know, let's say you literally have the bare minimums for attack, strength, and defense, ranged, and magic, you can utilize those quests and actually move to the Nightmare Zone, where it literally, you just have to have good armor, and then maybe have some Divine Super Combat Potions or Super Combat Potions in general, and they actually launch, or they you know, spawn in monsters to fight you, and you can stay alive for a couple hours, and that's a great way to level up and not have to pay anything, and you get points over time, which you can use to imbue your rings, which makes them stronger, and free levels over time, so you really don't have to be paid for much. Or you can move on over to Slayer and increase your Slayer level. Personally, I'm not a big Slayer fan because it doesn't really do too much for me, other than maybe gets me to the Hydras in the end, which I know it's a good money making method, but I'm a big skiller, and I think that it's just the best way to get more money over time, because I can do a lot more pickpocketing in an hour than I can killing bosses, especially bosses that take money to kill, unlike the Gauntlet, where you run in empty-handed and you come out with tons of loot and free stuff. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm just going to leave it on here. I'm going to jump over to probably fighting the Gauntlet now, but hope you really enjoyed. Thanks.